I am an RLS sufferer for almost 20 years. Some people say RLS is a horrendously underestimated neurological problem. Between 2 and 10% of the world population suffers from RLS, so that are about 700 million people, so that's a lot. RLS means that when you are in a resting position, your legs are going to live their own life. They move around, but you don't want them to move around. For instance, where you are in a plane or a car, or when you are sitting in a cinema or a theater, your legs start moving, and you cannot control them. Another example, when we are sitting here in this theater, and you have got a lot of RLS, you need to sit at the end of the row. Then you can get your legs can move around. When you go on a holiday and you need to sit in a plane or a car, mostly after 10 minutes your legs start to move around. And instead of settling into your journey, it's like hell to sit in that car so long. When you are lying in bed and your legs start moving around, you don't have sleep enough. So when you need to go to your work, it's not a nice thing to work when you are sleepy. Also, your partner suffers from that, because when you are in bed and your legs start to move around, it's not nice for your partner to live there, so to lie there. So you need to go to another room, and that's not obviously not a nice situation. Some years ago, 3 years ago, I was suffering with RLS very bad. I was in bed, and then I thought, I need to... I lost my text totally. Wait. In 2017, there are a lot of doctors who don't know what RLS is. They think it's part of Parkinson's disease. But it's not Parkinson's disease, it's something different. People get medication for Parkinson's disease, but it don't works, the medication. Sometimes you need to take more medication, and then you get withdrawal symptoms. And withdrawal symptoms mean that you take more medications, habituation, so that's not a good quality of life. Then 3 years ago, I was in my bed, and my legs were moving very badly. There was something beside my bed. I took it off. It was a mattress cover. I bought it some days before, and I cut it off because I didn't use that. And I took that thing what was lying beside me. I stuck it around my leg, and something terribly happened. My leg stopped moving. I thought, oh my God, what's happening? And then I took that thing off because I was afraid that something happened to my leg. And I didn't want to lose my leg after all. Then I took that thing again, and I tightened it around my leg. And immediately my leg stopped moving. And that was very strange. When I took it off, after 15 minutes, I fell asleep. And there was no problem anymore. The day after, when I woke up, I thought, this is something different than medication. I don't need medication anymore. No habituation, no side effects. So I tried to bring this to a next level. But there was a problem. Was I the only one where helped that tighten my leg off? And how could I prove that? Now, coincidentally, after several days, I need to go to a sleep study because of my RLS and of my bad sleeping. And I went there, and they stuck all kind of electrodes on my head and on my life, on my body. And I asked them to stick electrodes on my legs as well, because maybe I could test them if when I tied the band around my leg, maybe it was a scientific evidence. I asked the nurse, and she did it. She stuck also electrodes on my leg. I went home, and I hoped that night that I could have the symptoms of RLS. Normally, I didn't want it, but that night I want to have the symptoms. And then at 4 o'clock, the symptoms start. My legs start to move. And then at 4:17, I took the band, tied my leg, and it stopped. And I was so happy because on the EEG, it should be visible then. The day after, I went to the hospital. They took all of the electrodes off my body and of my leg. And I asked the nurse if it was allowed to see the EEG. And when I saw it, there was the PLMDs, the periodic leg movement. It became a flat line. So there was my evidence that when I tied the band on my leg, the leg movement stopped. And I was glad about that. After that, I became an entrepreneur. I want to bring this product to a next level. And now I have a beautiful product with the help of a lot of people. And after being a driving instructor for almost 40 years, and at the age of 62, I'm going to start a new business. I'm going to start a new business. And that's what I want. I want to help a lot of people. It's a very simple solution. No medication, no side effects, no nothing. Just this thing. That's all you need. That's what I want, to help a lot of people. And at last, I want to regain this talk to my mother. She passed away last week, and she was very proud that I was here on this stage. Thank you very much.